Good morning, Shane from DIY Retro Arcade. Today I'm going to give a tip on how to wire up a joystick to your Arcade1Up. I see a lot of confusion, especially with guys trying to wire up the Sanwa style joysticks. Simply trying to figure out what's what on the board itself, on the actual board. What you'll need to do this is take your original harness that's on your joystick here and basically cut it and basically peel back the wires. I've made my own little harness here because I don't want to cut my factory joysticks because we test on them and stuff still. So basically what I have here is one that we've made that'll plug into the socket on the PCB. But notice the orientation of the wiring. We have two blues and two blacks on this one that I made, and I'm going to plug this into the down up. Let me explain real quick how a joystick works, or any button on an arcade machine. Basically, you have two poles that go to a micro switch. You'll have a normally open and you'll have a ground. Basically, grounding out the switch is basically what activates it. So that means that basically on all four of these wires here, you'll have an action, you'll have a ground, an action, and a ground. And all you need to do to test this to see what's what, it's real simple. Is we're going to start right here with this blue wire, the very top blue wire, and I'm going to take the next one down, the next blue wire, the second one, and simply touch them together, and you'll notice that it goes down. So these two wires are the ground and the down action button. So you know that's a pair. Then we'll take these next two black wires and touch them, and notice it goes up. So this will tell you that this is the ground wire and the up micro. So now if you want to figure out which one is the ground and which one is the actual action, let's take this top blue one here and take this very bottom black one and touch them. Notice we get down on that. And then let's take the third one in the row and touch it to the blue one. And notice we get absolutely nothing. So that tells me that the first black I touch, which is the very bottom one, is your ground. That makes it go down. So basically this is like if you're using a Sanwa stick, this right here will be your ground wire. Your first one, your first blue here, will be your action. Your second blue one here will obviously be the ground. Your third black is going to be the action, and again your bottom one is your ground. Again, let's take the ground for the down one, and again we say that this is the action now. If you touch them, notice it moves. So by elimination, you've basically figured out what is what here. And again, if you take the top one, the action button, and the third, which would be the action, and you touch them together, you get absolutely nothing. Because again, you have two open switches basically just hitting each other. And vice versa, if you take the two grounds and touch them together, again you get absolutely nothing. So the only way you're going to get movement of any kind is if you touch one ground and one action together. Now let's take and use what we've learned here. This is your Sanwa style joystick. I have the mounting bracket removed just to be able to show a little bit better what's going on here. So let's do one thing here real quick. Again, let's go back into our wires here, and we know that the first blue is the action. We know the second blue is a ground. We'll set this over here. We know the first black, which is the third pin in, is the action, and we know the very bottom black is the ground. So what I'm going to do, just to help here, I'm going to cut one ground. It's gone. So now we only have 3 wires on this. If you have a Sanwa joystick, more than likely you'll have a cable similar to this. The color should actually be the exact same and everything. Let's go ahead, and we know the black for sure. The bottom black that we had over here, we know is the ground. So let's go ahead and hook that together. And I always use this standard alarm connectors. They work really well. Crimp that. One of the most important things you need to do whenever you're trying to wire up your joystick is to know which orientation it's going, how basically it's going to mount. This joystick will actually mount just like this in the cabinet. This will be pointing towards the front. So it's very important when you're testing your wires that you hold the joystick how it will be whenever you flip it right side up. So let's go ahead and plug this in. And then if I was to rotate this panel over, this joystick would be like this. So basically now what we want, whenever we push this way, we want it to go up. So to do that, actually let's do down first, because again we know that the blue wire is your down action. So all you have to do is go over here. Now that you got your one ground hooked up, because that is all you need, you only need one ground per joystick, touch it to the orange. Basically touch it to the orange. I had to reset the game to try to start. Touch it to the orange and then push it down. It's doing nothing, so you know that's not the right one. Go to the next one, to the yellow. Nothing. To the red. Nothing. And ever so pencil, the green. There you go. Notice going down. So now you know for sure that that is the ground. Excuse me, it's the down. So green is down. Basically stick those together. That. The next one we want to find is the up, which will be this black wire right here. Again, touch it to the red, go up, nothing, blue, excuse me, orange, and go up, and last but not least, yellow. And there you have it. Stick those together. and that'll basically give you the entire, this one set of 4, basically your up and down. Again, do the same thing on your right hand side. It's really easy. If you guys need any help, just contact me directly at DIY Retro Arcade, and I'll be happy to help. Thank you.